Hello and welcome to Kedrick Farms. We're here with another episode of the Minnesota Millennial Farmer Map by Mapper's Paradise. We are in the middle of harvest. We've finished the 3 fields of soybeans that we had, and we've made a huge dent into one of our 3 big fields of corn that we have here around the farm. And so today we're going to go ahead and head back out there and get started on some more corn. So let's go ahead and grab the truck and drive on out to the field. So on our previous episode, we had been working to get Courseplay set up to fully automate the harvest of this field. And you'll notice if you look at this field, we've made a significant dent in the harvest of this field since last episode. Last episode, we left off I think with just, the parts here along the corn that we'd harvested. And I fought with Courseplay for probably over an hour to figure out what I was doing wrong and why my grain cart wouldn't automatically unload into this semi successfully and then head back out to the combines. It turns out that I was just really tired and not paying attention, and I'd set up my courses incorrectly. And so now I've got everything working, and I forgot to save my courses when I saved the game. And so now I have to set up my truck Courseplay course and stuff still. And so we're going to go ahead and get the combines going because I left the game with the combines emptied out for the most part, I believe. And so let's just jump into these and get them started back up here on Courseplay. And then we'll get back into the truck and the grain cart and figure out how to get those courses put back to place. So here you can see I've got this course that I saved before. It's already here. And if I turn on the debug mode, I can see I was running down the right-hand side with this combine. And so I'm just going to check that I'm on the right lane offset. And then I want to start at the nearest waypoint and tell this guy to go ahead and get going. And then I'm going to turn off debug mode, and he picked up right where he was at and is harvesting this line of corn. So let's run over here to our other combine real quick and do the same thing. Find him through all this corn. Perfect. Oh, we've got flight mode on still there. Let's get rid of that. All right, so this guy then should be the left side lane, and we're going to do the same thing. Start at the nearest waypoint. If I turn this on, I should be right next to it. Looking good. And so we're going to go ahead and... Nope, stop. You're trying to go the wrong way. I think I need to maybe get him on the right side of the line here. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And then say... whoops, I clicked the wrong button. Back up just a little bit or we're going to miss that corn. We're going to say nearest waypoint. I accidentally clicked this instead of the drive course. And now if I say drive course, he should pick up right where he left off and be good to go. All right, so with all that said, let's grab our grain cart here. And we're going to take this grain cart back up to the semi-truck there and get these courses restored. So we're going to just back it up here so we don't have to wait and follow that combine all the way to the other end. Looks like he was filling the front pretty good there. And we're going to run back down to the semi here. So as we get back down here near the semi-trailer, it looks like I did actually save the grain cart course. And so you can see here, I've got my double waypoint start stop set up, so I'm actually going to be able to hit drive course and he should come right up to this start point and pull straight through because this truck doesn't have any room to store it. So actually he might stop at this first waypoint and just wait, but we'll see what happens here because this truck is full, I'm pretty sure. So I don't think we're going to be able to unload, which is fine. And then once we get this set back up, I'll talk about the problems here. So yeah, so he's going to pipe out. He's going to try to unload and not be able to, I think. And so since he's not able to unload, he's going to just sit here and wait until he can. And so this is where I was running into the problems and didn't realize it is with these double hopper trailers like this. Let's say, naturally this back is going to get filled first because that's my first weight point. And then he'll pull forward and fill the front hopper with anything that he has left. Well, if I come in here with a half of a grain cart, or even in this case, 77%, isn't quite enough to fill this semi. I think it's like 1,700 and something bushels. Actually, I can get in here and look. 1,702.7 bushels of corn to fully fill this trailer. So if I come in with a grain cart that has less than that, I'm going to fully fill this back hopper, partially fill the front hopper, and then I'm going to go back and start emptying combines. But when I come back around the second time, I'm going to get stuck here like this because there's not enough room to fill or to put any corn into the back of this hopper. And so even though there's room in the front, the way that I've got Courseplay set up with the double weight point, it's not able to figure out that this part is full and it needs to move on to the next one. Now, I wanted to look and see if there was a setting for that, but I don't think there is, because just based on what it does, I mean, it's designed, it's a weight point. It's supposed to wait until it can empty. So I think it's working as intended. It just means that I don't want to come back here until I'm ready to fully unload my grain cart. And so, unfortunately, I don't have a drive on option here. And so the one thing that I've done is, actually, let me do this. The one thing that I've done is set it up so that I only drive on. I'm only going to come back here if I'm 90% full normally. And that's going to allow me to make sure that I have enough grain to fill up a semi-trailer. And so in order to get out of this kind of stuck state, I want to stop doing this. I want to start course at nearest waypoint, and then I'm going to pull ahead until I'm past this, and then say start. And what he should do, stop, where are you going? What he should do, if I can get up here maybe just a little bit closer, is he should just pick up this waypoint, go to the stop point, and then go find a combine to unload. And so that's what took me, probably a couple hours to figure out why things were not working correctly, why I wasn't unloading into the semi-truck, etc., etc. And so now that I've spent all of that time off camera and can explain it in a couple of minutes, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this full truck, and we're going to start a course recording. And we're going to get this guy set up again to deliver to our bin site. So let's go ahead and do that. Get a couple of waypoints going straight here and head on back up to the farm. We're not going to bother stopping. We're going to pull straight through for the purposes of recording our course. And then I will set Courseplay on its way to go automatically dump this load for us. And it looks like our cart's already unloading one of the two combines because one of the messages has gone away. So I think everything is working on its own. So once I get this truck back in place, we should be able to stick around and watch the guy unload here. And hopefully that'll mean everything is good to go. Now I'm going to say first waypoint, drive course. I got a little bit closer to the field here than I was hoping. I'm hoping that this isn't a problem, though. And we're not going to set a fill type here. I think I covered this last time, but we want to wait until we're at 100% full on the trailer, and we'll take any grain that gets put into here, so I don't really have to worry about it. If you set a fill type, that's more to simulate if you're looking to pull something specific out of a bin. Since we're manually loading these, or quote-unquote manually with our grain cart, we don't need to do anything special. And it looks like this guy is good to go. I just want to verify. He's going to stop and dump. Looking good. So we're going to let him do his thing and get back over to the edge of the field here. And we're going to jump up here into our grain cart and just check on the progress that we've got here. It looks like we're at 98%, so he's probably going to be driving back to unload, actually. I don't know what this little bit of corn here that we missed is or why it's there. Courseplay does odd things occasionally. Either way, I'm super curious to see if this is going to work. I'm really hoping our truck gets back in time. And I had a few people comment, let me get rid of this Courseplay window, about the fishtailing on this 8RT and saying that I should put the weights on the front. I have got the maximum amount of weights that I can put on the front of this, and it still just kind of slides around a little bit. So, unfortunate, but it is what it is. Honestly, if I was trying to drive 26 miles an hour in a field with a full grain cart like this, it would probably fishtail on me a little bit. So I don't know that that's necessarily super unrealistic. Now I'm just hoping I lined these courses back up. This one's dumping just fine, and I'm hoping that that other park point is far enough forward that I can get some grain in that front hopper. Not so lucky. So that's okay. So what we're gonna do is we'll just re-record this course. People wanted to see that done on camera anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and just finish filling the semi so that he's on his way. And then what we'll do is we'll go get this other combine unloaded just so that he's moving. And then we'll come back and record this course as soon as the semi returns from unloading up at the bin site. So off he goes. I'm going to get rid of that existing course. We got a little bit of corn left in here, which is good. And so I'm going to go ahead and get around this chunk of corn that's out here in the open. And we've got to hurry up and catch that combine before his friend catches up with him, because I don't want my whole operation to grind to a halt. Oh, and it looks like he's getting full too. So I'll get the front combine first. I think his buddy's going to get full and stop here momentarily anyway, so he probably wouldn't have caught up, which is good news for me. Yep, there he goes. He just got full. We're going to start the unloading process here. Whoops. Go, go, go. And we're going a good, I like to call it high 7 on the cruise control, since the lower speeds each have 2 settings, so we are good to go. This guy is got a fair amount of corn in him. So by the time I empty this one and whip back around and pick up the other one, our semi should definitely be back. He doesn't take very long to get over to the farm from here. And then once we get this grain cart set back up, I think that we can let these two guys finish out the harvest on this field on their own, hopefully. By the time we're done doing that, we're pretty much going to be done anyway. It's just going to be down to the short rows, but that's a lot of turning around, and so these guys are going to take a little while to finish doing all the turning around and taking up all these short rows. And I'm sure before it's all said and done, one or multiple machines will have gone outside the field and gotten stuck on this hill or in the creek or who knows what, because Courseplay loves us. Ironically, when I did the field work Courseplay, and cultivated and planted this field, I had no issues with any vehicles getting stuck. So my gut tells me we're about due for some random Courseplay issues. All right, this is pretty much empty. We're gonna go ahead and do a kind of a back up spin around turn here. See if we can do it without jackknifing the trailer completely. And rush back down here to unload the other harvester here. And then I can see that our combine is already back, so I want to get down there. Our semi-truck is already back down here on the field end, so we want to get back down there and get this course set up. We've still got a fair amount of corn in here. We're almost to the bottom. And I think what we'll do, just because, again, it's all about efficiency during harvest, we're going to take a run back down this way since we got to get to this other end of the field anyway. And we'll just unload our other combine here a little bit more as we go down towards the end. And hopefully we'll get to that 90% that I need to get another full truck out of this as we create our unload grain cart course here. I'm not sure we're gonna get there. We're only at 68% right now, and he doesn't quite look full to me, but we might get close. We'll see. It's worth the try at least. And have I ranted in this episode yet about how much I do not like the Courseplay informational message that stays on my screen at all times? I don't mind the warning ones when somebody's full and waiting on me, but this blue one is a little annoying. It's like, yes, I know there's a truck there. I told him to wait there. Oh, well, maybe I will get off of my lazy rear end and figure out how to make a modification to Courseplay to do that for me. Either way, we're going to be so close, it's going to be frustrating because we're not going to hit 90%. We'll probably be at like 84%. And then I will have just enough to not finish. Yep, just enough. I'm not going to be able to fully fill my semi-truck. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to just turn around here and follow the combine for a few more feet to get over that 1702. Oh, he's going to go and cut through somewhere else, isn't he? All right, never mind. We're not going to do that. We're going to just go create the course and empty into him a little bit, and not enough to cause me problems. And he can come and do this after he unloads the next combine. So, with that, we're going to pay attention to where we're going. We're fishtailing a little bit here, which is making it hard to get lined up. What I want to do is have a nice gradual curve to come in here. And so I'm going to come in about like this, because what I don't want is to run into issues where it detects the semi-trailer as a collision target. And then I've got my first point, so I can start turning. And then you can see here, I'm dumping, so I'm going to put my first weight point. And then I'm going to pull straight ahead here. And I'm going to put my second weight point. And then I'm going to keep going because I don't want to fill him up just yet. I'll put my stop point right there. And then I'm going to tell him... what am I going to do? Tell him? I'm going to tell him nothing. I'm going to put a little bit more in the front of that just to give me some room. Now I'm going to drive course. So I should get, just like I did before, I should get to this stop point and start looking for a combine to unload. So I'm going to leave him here looking for somebody to unload. If I'm not mistaken, they should still be set up. And so while he looks for somebody to unload, I'm going to run over here and jump into this combine because I know he's going to be the next one ready for an unload. And he is. And so why is my grain cart not coming to unload him is the question of the day. 98, 99, 100. Looks like he was just finding a path out here probably, because he is definitely on the drive now. And so think we're going to jump back into the grain cart just to follow him along and make sure this is 100% working. I think what should happen here... Oh, and we've got our cruise control set super slow. That's why he's not getting out here faster. Is he's going to unload this combine, and we're going to be good to go. Because I'm going to watch him go back to the semi-truck and hopefully unload himself after he fills up here. And then I'm going to let him do his thing, and we're going to walk away and start in on the next job. This is that moment as a content creator where I'm thinking in the back of my head, please work, please work. So we did not quite make it to 90%. However, it looks like our other combine is probably getting close to needing to be emptied. And so he's going to apparently drive through the field to get to him. If I look at the log, it looks like it was unable to find a course to get to the other combine that didn't take him through the crop, so he defaulted back to default Courseplay behavior, which is do crazy things like drive through your field. So normally I'd probably not be showing this off, but given that we've been kind of in tutorial mode for Courseplay on this field, I thought it important to show, like, this is what Courseplay does some of the time. It just can't quite figure out how to do things without driving on the field, which is fine. Even though I have all of those settings on, it just couldn't find a good path, so it decided that it was more important to come and do the unload and drive on the crops than to do nothing at all. So, either way, we are automated. Our combines are getting unloaded, and the most important thing is I want to go see this guy actually unload and that semi-truck take off on his own without any interaction from me. If that is successful, I can check the box and be happy that I have fully automated Courseplay. It looks like he's looking for a path back to the semi-truck, which hopefully he's now found. And if I look at the log one more time, there's fruit at the target, disabling fruit avoidance. So he couldn't figure out how to get over there without driving on the crops. I don't know why these combines are cutting through like they are. I was pretty sure I had a lands mode on for that course, but it's short rows. It should work. Sometimes with Courseplay, you just gotta kind of shrug and hope that it figures it out. So I'm not gonna have traffic issues with the semi, which is good. I'm hitting my first waypoint and unloading as I would expect. It's looking promising so far. Can we get to the next waypoint here? Ooh, this next waypoint is just a smidge too far forward for comfort, but it is working, so we're not going to mess with it. We're going to let this guy do his thing, and hopefully it won't be a problem later on. Awesome. And now this grain cart is going to come back out here to this stop point, and ideally detect that there is a combine that needs unloading, and he's gonna go find a way to get over there. And since he left pretty much right away, that's a good sign that we're getting to a point where he can find a legitimate path. It looks like his legitimate path is going to be through the corn again. So I'm not sure why he's so against going around. It seems like there's some good headlands here, but I don't know. As long as he gets the job done, I guess that is my goal with Courseplay right now. We're gonna wrap things up. That's all for today. Kedrick,